I mentioned that the eagle is ancient symbol. But here we see these two eagles, and this goes back to Samaria, which goes back to the Annunaki, showing you here the same thing. I said that two beings come in my room, but it was one was taller than the other. I knew that one was a man, and the other was a female, a woman. Just by my sense, I couldn't see their faces, but I knew one was a man and the other one was a woman. But here we have two men. But going back to mentioning that I'm showing you Babylon, and I'm connected to Egypt without even having to manipulate, say anything, or make it up fiction that Babylon was connected to Egypt, but also goes back to Samaria and the Annunaki, where I said when I came to Orlando, the woman who gave us the astronaut flight suit on that day was Rosetta Enoch. And my family's name is the same as the Bouchard who found the Rosetta Stone. And my family came from Marseille, France, lower on the Mediterranean Sea, South France, which they were pirates. So you have black pirates on the Mediterranean Sea. Now, they came here. They came with gold, buried it, and couldn't find it when they went back to get it. And they ended up going west, went to Cuba, and then ended up in Puerto Rico, and then ended up in New York, and then all the way to Long Island. But, like I said, the connection. Then we say the Annunaki, who are supposed to have come here thousands of years ago. And the connection between Annunaki and Enoch in the story. So whether or not you can believe it or not, and at the same time, 1996 was the same time as the Hellbop came out, which I saw it before it was even talked about. When I looked up in the sky, I saw something different, and I see it moving. And this all began during that time. So I watched it as everything happened. The closer I saw it come, the more things started to come too. The houses that came to my attention, the object that came down in 1996, August 11th, then September, and then November, seeing the billboards, and then going to Egypt in December, all that going as Hellbop got closer. And I'm watching it. And I didn't know that somebody had it to the point where they were saying that there was a ship along with it, but I knew there was more than just a comet. And then what I heard about what happened to them in March, that they committed suicide, 39 of them, just the same as the sign was on 39th Street. And they had triangle purple cloths on them. So whether or not it's something that's out of the ordinary, bizarre, crazy, cultish, to the point where somebody do something like that, but people have done worse or more things than anything else. We had hundreds of years of the Inquisitions in Europe, believing that people who said different things were witches or warlocks, things like that, and put them to torture them, and they have done things in the name of something that's supposed to be beneficial to people. So when people do something and say things that are outlandish, it was outlandish when someone said that the earth revolved around the sun, or the earth wasn't flat. But however they went through whatever they did, they were convinced enough to go through with it. And I didn't know about it until then. And that was in March, the same time when the street Orion Court came to me, because when my mother's house, when it was bought in 1990, it was 7 years. And you can say it's 7 years when I saw Orion, the 777 in front of the house. And at that point, that was when I saw Orion Court, and it came to me that the way the layout is, and if you look through the whole subdivision in Southwood, there are no other constellation star names in that whole subdivision. So it was placed there for a purpose. Like I said, a single purpose. It's not like you go through this and there's a bunch of different constellations, zodiac signs, star names, or anything like that in the side of the subdivision. Just the same way Commander Avenue was named after Washington, and it's changed to Commander, and all the other 3 streets on each side are named after somebody, or this is a title. It was changed to a title, Commander, which goes back to the commander itself, Commander in Chief. But of course, me saying this is not going to make a move or shake or anything like that, or wink an eye, or maybe raise an eyebrow because of what the history of this country has come to be. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit, why I know this would never have been taken serious and probably wouldn't be without